Hello YouTube, Jason here. How you going? Hey, just thought I'd go over some of the games I've got. Watch Dogs here in the background, which is a big box collectible edition, as well as I grabbed a pile of just series games which were released within the same generation. But I believe that actually probably one of these was a generation before, but it was re-released as well. So, but anyway, Ryzen. Sorry, I apologise. Yeah, it's a pretty good series. I also have a one here that I was looking for before, which was actually the making of the game, is along with the DVD promo, which I might look a bit further and edit into this video, any footage out of it, so you could have a look. But it's a pretty cool series, a bit of a Fable type series. Must have been popular though, because it did have a bit of a following, and they also did number 2, Dark Waters. So I'd imagine it must have had a bit of a following, but as you can see, they're different genres for a start. One's like medieval, and the other one's like a pirate type. And then they also did Ryzen 3, Titan Lords. And it's got, this is a voucher, so you had downloadables available for it. Fog Island, Unrising of the Little Guys, and Adventure Grab. Yeah, so there were downloadables for it. Another series I grabbed hold of, and just because of the price on this, which intrigued me quite a bit, someone paid $107 for a copy of Sniper Elite V2 back in the day, which I would have thought even back in those days that would have been a lot of money. However, it is a cool game, but it is very narrow with its actually abilities to go to outer regions, but it was the early days of these sniper games. Still had bullet time on it. And then there's Sniper Elite 3. That is V2, so I'm presuming that was Sniper Elite 2. But there was also another game which was done on the Wii, which was just called Sniper Elite, which I'm presuming is the earlier one, along with the PS2 as well. A couple of unusual ones here. They're not an unusual game, but yep, for me they're unusual. There's this edition of it, which is a classic, which really doesn't have much of anything in it, just the book and the game. Very much a rail sniper game, because you were stuck to where you could actually go and very limited. And then this one, which, why is it different for me, is because I bought this brand new back in the day. I think I paid about $110 for it, so it was a lot of money. I still have the dog chain that come with it. And then of course you also had downloadable packs available as well, along with controls, just a story backlog for the game booklet. And then of course you also had the flyer, as well as some cards that came with it as well. I think this was, don't quote me on it, but it would have been earlier days before tins came out, so this was deemed to be the deluxe pack. And at the time that it came out, you couldn't even do the download that was offered up with it to play the game with the expansions. You had to wait. I kept the dog tag though, it's pretty cool. You had to wait for a download to become available, because it had a bonus content. So this was the deluxe edition. I never did download the expansions for it, but never mind. is what it is. And there's a couple of these games. Wolfenstein, New Order. It was a pretty big game for the Xbox because it was multiple discs. So yeah, it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 discs. So it was a lot to download into your machine. And you would have rented it from the video shop for $8 for 7 days. X rental, missing the book, unfortunately. And then there's just Wolfenstein. I paid $5 for this at a thrift store. Started playing it, but didn't really get into it. It looked like it was puzzle based, and I got frustrated with some of the puzzles. So yeah, and it just got timing based, a 3D timing game where you actually had to be in certain places while someone or a drone walked past you, and you had to be in another place before the next one came past. So it was a timing coordination game, but that was just early levels, and yeah, I got a bit annoyed with it and just moved on. Anyway, Watch Dogs. This is the big box, which I picked up quite a while ago. Big sleeve comes off, and of course then the box actually splits into two to give you artwork inside. Inside, I haven't got it complete. I wish I had, but unfortunately I just bought it at a thrift shop, the game, and then I've made this up. This is Watch Dogs, the game, and it's also got the soundtrack there as well. Double disc. It's just a cardboard sleeve that it sits in. And then I picked up the scarf, or bandana, whatever you want to call it. I picked that up separately. It wasn't too hard to find. And then I went and also managed to pick up the hat as well for it. Which you can't really see it, but it's just got embossed, the logo embossed in the hat. What is it missing? I think it is missing. Vintage Contents Edition includes soundtrack, mask, hat. No, it's complete. Yep, I must have found everything in the end. The hat and the mask I just bought on Temu, I think it was. And yeah, they weren't very expensive. And I don't even know if they were designed for these sets, but I made sure they were the correct article going by what I could find in the graphic artwork for it. So that's pretty cool to have in the collection, but as you can appreciate, it's a pretty big thing to have in the collection. Another one here, this is not an uncommon game, but most people abandoned it quite early in its life. I've seen it. I think there was only 3 or 4 different games available for it. Again, it's a big sleeve. And of course the box opens out, explaining how to use it. And then you've got the buzz controllers for it as well, which were nice because they were wireless, so they just acted like a normal controller, but you know, obviously limited to their function. And then of course inside had this nice, you know, the receivers in the other one, along with it had batteries as well. And the game itself was just in a slim case, just so it could be packaged. There were a few other It games, but again, they were trying to catch up with what their PlayStation 2 had done. They'd already done the controllers, buzz pops, and they were already popular, so these guys were like catching up afterwards. You can see in this one it's got the receiver USB receiver and the 2 controls. However, I've kept this one and looked after it because it is complete. Finding a complete one is harder than you think. I've just put that in the wrong way. The games still stack up. The games are pretty cool. They're a good party game if you're into quiz games. So highly recommend it in that sense. And of course you got the sleeve, which if I can get it back on. We have actually actively played this, so it's been in something I bought quite a while ago. Kids played it, we played it. It was mainly about movie titles, the quiz one that's in it. So, at the time it was really pretty relevant, and we did actually have a lot of fun with it. They did master it very well compared to what PlayStation 3 did, because they came along and did one as well. But theirs was more of a run-off, and I think pretty much the life of this kind of thing had already died by then, by the time Microsoft got into it, or Xbox. Yeah, anyway, that's it for now. So just a bit of a stack there of some bits and pieces, and I hope you enjoyed. So please like, and please subscribe, and take care of yourselves. We're coming on to Christmas, and please don't get too stressed about it. It's going to come and go just as quick as you can plan for it. So take care. Bye.